This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so in the last session, we covered majorly on the SEC components, right? So in today's session, guys, we'll start with SEC Business Intelligence. So it will be like more hands-on from today. So I'll be starting with Business Intelligence component first. So as part of this Business Intelligence component, I'll be majorly focused on first, let's start with the reporting part. Let's get started with reporting because I clearly mentioned it. I had like very bad experience, like starting with connections and data modeling on the day one itself. So let's first explore all the reporting options in SAP Analytics, explore all the analytic reporting options. Okay. And then I'll jump onto the data modeling and others. But one point, if you see here is like to create your stories like or your reports, we need to have some kind of a data models, right? So the data models, I'll be using some data models that are already available in your system. So here you see. So guys, I'll be using these data models which are already available in the system. So let me just go to my system here. So here you see, I already created a folder for your batch like March 2023 batch, 2024 batch 33. So in that I created business intelligence. I didn't create anything as such. On day to remember, I went through the system, right? I just given you a simple walkthrough on the system. I created these folders. Okay. So if you see here, so generally whenever you subscribe to the system, you don't see any of these folders because these all are the folders that are created by me. So these folders are all, you see them, right? These all are created by me. So these all are my folders. So whenever you open the system, you see public folder. Even this is also created by me. And then you see a samples folder. Hmm? You see a samples folder. So samples, if I go onto the samples folder, you'll find all the data models required for my reporting. So here I just go type like, so here if I search with best run, you see this model, best run use sample model here, this one. So I'm going to use this data model for my reporting purpose. So one point to be noted is, so I'm using the existing model given by SAP. What SAP did was,
Satya, we can't hear you if you are speaking. Hello. Satya, we can't hear you if you are speaking.
No, Satya, you're not audible.
Guys, can you hear me now?
Yeah, Satya. Now we're able to.
Uh, you missed me so far. Almost this 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I need to come from the scratch. All right. So guys, see here, as in the last sessions, like I quickly covered on the data modeling aspects, right? So data modeling in the sense. I covered on the SEC components, right? So in today's session, we'll completely go with BI, business intelligence. Okay. So here, uh, okay. So I can start with the connection and a data modeling initially. That is like bottom up approach, or I can go for a reporting, guys. So it becomes a top down approach. There's very big issue starting with. So let's. I always start with reporting first. You understand all options in reporting because SEC is predominantly reporting solution, right? All the options we have in the reporting are story building, and then we'll jump on to the implement aspects like data model, connection. Okay. So and to build a story, we always need a data model, right? So I'll be using some data models that are already
Satya,
available
your
in the
voice is breaking.
for everyone.
Yes, Satya, your voice is breaking.
What's happening? Just give me a moment, please. Guys, am I audible now? Is it clear now?
Yeah, yes, Satya.
All right. So I'll be creating a story, okay, uh, using the existing data models. See, right, as to start with the reporting, first we need a data model first. Okay. So I'll be using some existing data models that are already available. If I just go into the details, see guys, if I open my system, I already bookmarked my system. This is my system. Homepage, I go to the files. See guys, once you subscribe, right, you don't see all these folders. These all are the folders created by me. Okay. So once you log into your servers, okay, so you see a public folder, which is like a shared folder. I'll speak about it. Then you see a samples folder. So what SAP is doing is it is giving some sample objects uh, because SAC is like a new product. SAP Analytics is in, but it is giving you some sample data models and stories for the people to understand. So I'll be using those sample models for my reporting. So here I'll just type like best run. Okay. So here you see when I search for best run in the samples folder, you'll see a data model called best run use underscore sample model. I'm going to make use of this data model to start with my reporting. Okay. Here now, so I'm going to use so these data models like best run use sample model and planned event sample model. These are like the default models that will be seen in the system. Okay. that will be available in your system as well. Go and check. They will be available in the samples folder. I'm going to use these two sample models to start with my reporting. Okay. So if I go on to the best run juice sample model, so if I just go for the data preview on this, it has got around 2,71,000 records. Guys, it's a good amount of data, fair amount, I can say. Okay. So this is basically a sales data kind of thing, where you see product, location, store, date. Okay, and you see an account dimension. So this best run juice model is an account-based model. I'll speak in detail, guys, very clear about account-based modeling, multi-measure modeling. Okay, so I'll clearly speak about them. But as of now, uh, I just give you some understanding. Like this is okay. Uh, so this is an account-based model. In account-based model, all measures will present as data members in an account dimension. Here you see, if I open my product dimension, if I open the product dimension, you see all the data members in the product dimension, right? All the products available. These all are the products that are available. Hmm. Here you see, if I go to hierarchy, so we have three product categories: alcohol, carbonated drinks, and juices. If I open any category, you see all the products available in that category. If I open my product dimension, I see all the data members, all the data in that dimension, all the mass data or something. If I go onto the location, you see the same location data, city and states data. Here also you see you have hierarchy in place. Here it is operating in 3 states: California, Nevada, and Oregon. Under the states, you see all the cities. Similarly, if I open my account dimension, you see all the measures. You see all the measures as data members in the account. Is how accounting is work. You don't see measures in the data. You see the measures data members of your account. Because in finance, guys,
Satya,
we have
your voice is not at all audible. Satya, it's been
Yes,
breaking.
Satya, it's breaking.
It's breaking again, yeah.
Better if you can log off and log in again. That will be better for us. I think so.
let me just cross check. Guys, is it still the same? I changed my internet connection. It's still same or better?
Yeah, it's better,
It's
Satya.
better now.
Okay. All right. So here we go. So in account-based modeling, guys, you all see measures as data members of the account dimension. Reason is majorly this is used in finance. In finance, you never see a measure. So every measure is an account. Okay. So they are part of the jail accounting hierarchy. So in case of finance, we majorly go through this account-based dimension. Okay.
Satya, every measure in the sense you're talking about the key figure it is, every measure in the sense.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I have the data. I'm not worried about the data modeling as of now. I'm going to use this data model. So this data model has got uh, some dimensions like store, location, product, date, and sales manager. And it has got these measures: discount, quantity sold, sales price, gross margin, and fixed price. So these are the measures that are available in the model. So I'm going to use this dimension data for my reporting purpose. Okay, so let's get started with reporting. Okay, so using this model as a source, I start with reporting. Okay, so I didn't create this model yet. I didn't create this at all. This is like a sample model given by SAP. So I'll start with reporting. So, so the major object for the reporting is story building right now. So earlier we have two objects for the reporting, is stories and analytic application. These two are the objects in the reporting. If it is traditional, means like option kind of reporting, okay, so we go with stories earlier. And for script based, if you're doing through script reporting, we used to look for analytic applications. Now everything is done through story only. So analytic application is going away. So I'll speak about that also. So I'll go with stories now. I'm going to create a new story. Okay, you see all the recent stories created. These are all of the recent files. And create a new story. So guys, you can start a story with any of these pages. So we got three types of pages in SAC reporting. Uh, so we got like three types of pages in SAC reporting. So one is canvas, responsive, and grid page. Okay. So guys, canvas is like a blank page. Canvas page and responsive can create all your visualization, table data. So canvas page is more or less like a blank page. Okay. And you can add, it's simple blank page, you can add visualization in whatever. Yeah. Whereas responsive page is also one kind of blank page, but that comes with links. Okay. So generate, so where you need to adjust your widgets or visualization according to the lanes.
Satya, I'm really sorry to say that your voice is not at all clear and audible. I can't understand what you're trying to say also.
Yeah, it's breaking in between, Satya. So when you're starting right, it's good. Then going on, it's
Middle
breaking.
it's breaking.
Guys, how is it now?
It is good, but while you are talking, when you're telling about the subject, it's been breaking. It's good now.
Okay. So let's see if it breaks up. I'll try reconnecting from another system. I changed my headset. Let's see. I thought it was an internet connection. Now I just changed my audio connection. Let's see how it works.
So Satya, please explain these three types of stories again.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
Pages.
So generally, guys, we got three types of pages like canvas, responsive, and grid page. So canvas page is more like a blank page. Okay, it's kind of blank where you can adjust your visualizations in whatever way you can. When it comes to responsive pages, it's more or less like a blank page only, but it comes with the lanes, and you need to adjust your visualizations according to the lanes. Okay, and especially responsive page is the only page which supports interactive reporting. So I clearly shown you in the demonstration, right? Like SAC has a kind of a mobile application. SAP Analytics Cloud is also available as a mobile app where users can install it and access few dashboards from their personal applications. So when they're trying to access the report or the story from the personal phones or something, so it has to be customized according to the phone, means it has to change its layout according to the device. Right, you see guys, you open a website in laptops, so the UI, the feel is different if you open it in a mobile application. So you see a mobile based browsers. Similarly, your page also has to change its layout according to the device. So that is supported only through responsive page. Only responsive page has an option to change its layout. Okay, so especially when you're building any dashboards which are accessible from personal gadgets, so we build through a responsive page only. Otherwise, both responsive and canvas, anything can be used. Okay, anything can be used. Almost 90-95% of the time, guys, we really don't give it to the personal because it's business sensitive informations, right? Which should not be taken to the personal gadgets. There are very few dashboards which can be accessible from personal gadgets or personal uh, appliances. So in these cases, I can say, right, we make use of both canvas and responsive, but if there is any specific requirement to access this report from any personal widget, so in this case we go for a responsive page. So grid page is more of an Excel. It's more of an Excel used for operational reporting where you want to see the data in a detailed manner. You want to show the data details. Okay, so we make use of a grid page. It's more or less like an Excel sheet. Okay, Excel page. So let's get started, guys. I'll make use of all the three pages, all the three types of pages I'm going to use. So I'll start with the responsive page first. Okay. So here I'm creating a new story with a responsive. We have responsive, canvas, and grid page. Smart discovery, I'll speak about it during augmented analytics. Okay, this is not a page. So I just go start with responsive. So you have two types of design experiences in the story. So you got a classic design experience and optimized design experience, guys. So generally, classic design experience, you have these two types of story modes, classic and design. So classic design experience contains all the options in your reporting. So it has got all the options in the reporting, whereas optimized design experience has got some options removed, which actually input. Yeah, what I say is like there are few options, guys, which takes a lot of time to render the data, like which in a way impacts the performance, reporting performance. Those options are removed in optimized design experience. So there are few options not available in optimized design. Okay, but in this build I need all the options, so I'm going for classic as of now. Okay, guys, going ahead, I'll make use of both. I'll make use of both classic design experience reporting, and also I'll make use of optimized design. I'll create both types of stories. Okay, and also optimized design experience supports script based reporting also. Okay, so here if I just put, so you see classic design experience contains all options in reporting. Okay, so here it contains limited options only, means almost 80% of the options are available in optimized design. Plus it also supports you the script. It also has got scripting capability. You cannot script in classic design experience, so you can do the scripting only in the optimized design experience. So I'll be creating at least 8 to 9 stories, guys, by the time I complete my curriculum. So I'll be creating a lot of stories. So I'll make use of both classic and optimized designs. So I started classic as of now. Okay, because I want to make use of few options which are not available in optimized design. See, some useful new features, but does not include all the features that are currently supported in the classic design mode. So going forward, optimized design is the way forward. But as of now, most of the dashboard stories are built through classic only. So I'll show both. So let's say create. Okay, I started my story with a responsive page. So I clearly mentioned it. Responsive page comes with the lanes. Here you see, these are the couple of lanes. So here we go, have story mode, and it so generally you open any story, classic design story, it has got story mode and data mode. Data mode is the place where you add the data models, okay, to the story. So where you feed the data to the story. So let's say I switch to the data mode. Okay, let's add some data to the story. So you can build a story directly by taking data from a file, which we never use this option. because see, even though you're getting data from a file, first we'll build a data model and then
Satya, your voice is again breaking.
Yeah, it's again breaking, Satya.
choose this option. Like, even though you're getting data from file, we'll build the data model and use the data model as a source to build the story. Same, you can connect with any system, get the data and build a
Satya,
Satya,
story
your voice
sorry.
is
on top of it.
breaking,
This also
Satya.
we
It's
never
not
do it.
audible.
So if you're getting the
Can you hear
data,
us, Satya? Hello.
first we'll build a data model and use the data models
Satya, are
only
you
to
there?
build our reporting.
Your voice
Sorry.
is
So
breaking,
I'll
Satya.
go choose my data
Satya,
model.
Satya, I'm sorry, we are unable to hear you. Satya, hello.
Satya, can you hear us? Hello.
Satya, are you there?
Hello.
Anybody can hear this Satya voice? Or?
Hey, can you hear me?
Satya, we can't hear anything that what you do say past from 5 minutes. Hello?
Hello. Satya, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, we are able to hear you now, but we didn't hear you
I'm
from
not
past.
speaking. I'm not speaking past few minutes. I'm not speaking.
No, before that, actually, your voice was breaking. So whatever you're explaining, right, while extracting the data from file or model something, from that point onwards, it was breaking.
It's going very bad today. I'm not sure what's wrong. I see my internet connection is good. I removed all my what we say audio connections.
I think it's better if you can start from creating the story again, Satya, because
Yeah.
we can't
So here
hear
you
on
see,
that.
I created a new story with a responsive page. So if I go switch on to the data mode, so you see, we can make use of source file as a source, guys, or you can pull data from any system. This is the option, and get the create a story. But one point is, even though you're pulling data from file, we'll first create a data model only. Even though you're extracting data from any system, we'll create a data model. So we never use the first two options at all. Okay, so it's always the data set or a data model which feeds the data to your reporting. So I'll choose this. Okay, so I pick the existing data model only. So I have this data model in the samples folder. So here I'll type with best run. So you see two data models in best run. So always pick this best run juice underscore sample model. The first one, don't pick best run underscore juices XLSX. So just pick this up. So So now you see the step one, we added data model to your story. So now I can use this data model for all my reporting purpose. So these are the measures that are available in the model. If you just see, so these all are the dimensions that are available. Sure. These are the data. So this is your stores data. We got a lot of stores here. Sales managers, products. We have a hierarchy in place. How do you build a hierarchy? I'm going to cover in the data modeling. So you see, we got product categories like alcohol, and you see all the products under alcohol category. Same carbonated drinks. So yeah, they have got a product hierarchy where you see product category and products under the category. Same with location also, state and cities. And in date, you got a hierarchy like 2014, half one, half two. You have the data at month level. So here the data granularity is month. So I have the data for 2014, 15, and 16 at month level granularity. 36 months data I have. So I switch on to the story mode now. So in the data mode, you see all the data model, all the dimensions and measures that are available in the model. So now I switch back. So I'll start with my reporting here. So it's a classic design experience. So guys, look and feel will be different in classic and optimized. So let's first understand the classic. First 2-3 stories, I'll go with classic heavily, and then I'll switch on to optimized. Second half is more on optimized design. Let me rename this page. I just type like the sales analysis something. I give a page name. Okay. So you see responsive page comes with lanes, guys. These are like 2 lanes you have. So I go to this lane. I'll add a new lane above. Okay. So now I have 3 lanes. So this is lane 1, lane 2, lane 3. In this lane, I go now insert. I insert a chat into this lane. Okay, so guys, don't really focus on my cursors during the session, how my cursor is moving. Don't really focus on the options, because going forward I'll be very quick. Okay, so just focus on the functionality, because you have the recording as a backup to practice. Don't try to practice with me. I'm very slow today, but going forward I'll be damn quick. So you cannot practice with me. Don't really focus on the navigation. So you have the recording. When you practice, you can actually look through the navigations during the recording, using the recordings. Okay, right. So I'm going to insert a chat here. Just size. Okay, so guys, generally the basic thumb rule of analytic reporting is first we show all the KPIs on the top. Okay, generally you go to any analytic reporting. Generally we have 2 types of reporting, right? Operational and analytic. If you show the data in more detail way, in more table formats, we call it as operationals. Data in more detail. Whereas you're showing the data more summarized informations, showing your overall values in a beautiful graphical manner, we generally call it as analytic reporting. So basically SAC supports both operational and analytic. Okay, so in analytical reporting, the first thumb rule is the basic thumb rule of analytic reporting is we always show the KPIs on the top or on the left hand side on the first page itself. Okay, I'm going to show all the KPIs here. So here you see I selected this widget. So now I'm going to design this widget. So for that you have an option called designer tab. Here you see there is a designer option here. So if I click on this, now you can design this widget. So this designer option has 2 tabs like builder and styling tab. In the builder tab, you can choose what type of chat it is, what you can add some data to this widget. Okay, add some filters on the data, everything in the builder tab. Whereas in the styling, okay, you can give some background colors, add the borders, make your text formatting. Okay, and you can do all the data formatting on the styling tab. So here you see I have very clearly written here. So this designer option has two tabs, builder and styling. So you pick your different types of charts, add the data to your widgets, create filters, conditional formatting, explore everything in the builder tab, whereas give your background colors, fonts and colors of the text, border, scaling, decimal, all type of styling in the styling tab. Okay, so let's do both now. So here I go to this widget, I select the widget, go to the builder tab. So I choose my type of chart as an indicator chart. Here you see, I'm going to use all the types. You have comparison charts, like where you have bar, column, combination column, waterfall. We got some kind of a trend charts like line and time series, distribution charts like box plot, tree map, histograms, etc. These are like how data gets distributed. Correlation chart, if you have heavy data volumes, will make use of this bubble, cluster bubble, and scatter plots. So then in the indicator, you see an option called numeric point indicator chart. So I choose my type of chart as numeric point indicator. Okay. So primary value in numeric pointer, you can add only measures. I'll go gross margin. I select a measure that is gross margin. So it will show your overall gross margin. It will do the summarization too. So your overall gross margin is 235.04 million. So why it is showing the values in millions? Okay. So guys, you want to open SAP Analytics Cloud in a new tab. So here you have a simple, just pick the URL till HTML hash, copy, paste. It will open Analytics Cloud in a new session. In this new session, let me open my data model. If I go to my dimension, so here you see gross margin. If you scroll to the right, here you see a scaling factor applied as millions. So means it will show your values in millions, overall values in millions. You can change this to 1000 or whatever. So the value is 235.04 million. Okay. So that's your primary value. Not adding any secondary values or thresholds. That's fine. I'm not giving any filters also as such. So I go to the styling. Let's add all borders with 2 pixel width. Line width I go for 2 pixels. It will be a thick border. If you want to add any background colors to this widget, you can add some background colors also. Okay. So guys, generally we really don't do the background. We don't really add the background colors at the widget level. We do add the background colors at page level so that there will be uniformity in all the widgets. Okay. In general, one thumb rule. See, there are some thumb rules of the reporting. So the basic thumb rule is don't really add background colors at the see any visualization or any chart or any table in SAC, we call them as widgets. We really don't call them as charts or tables. We call them as widgets. So we really don't do any background color form kind of formatting at the widget level. We do it at the story level, story or page level, so that you will have a uniform background colors to the pages, right? As of now, given you can select your own fonts here. Okay. So this is your chat title. As you can edit your titles also, like it is showing as gross margin for actual. So guys, generally SAP Analytics Cloud supports analytic and planning models. Okay, in planning models, we have different versions of data like forecast, budget, planning versions of data along with the actual version. So that's the reason you see for actual all the time. Here also you see, if you scroll down, you see in the filters, in the builder tab, in the filters, you see there's a default filter on category that is actual. So in analytic models or in business intelligence models, you see only default version that is actual, one version that is default actual. But whereas in planning, we have multiple versions of data. So you can choose what version it is when you're doing the reporting, what version of data you're showing them. Okay. So as I went with for actual, so in all the chat titles you see for actual. So I removed it for actual. You can edit your chat titles. This is your chat title, guys. Edit it. You can do anything. You can edit and you can write down also. Okay, edit my chat title. So here you can select your text like chat title is gross margin. Then you see in million USD, that is your subtitle. Okay, then primary means 235.04 million gross margin. This is primary. In that 235.04 million is primary value and gross margin is primary label. Gross margin is primary label. I don't have a secondary measure here. You see, I added only a primary value. I didn't add any secondary value in this picture. So here I can go take primary, change the color of this primary text to some kind of blue. Keep it in bold. So now you see this entire will be in bold.
But the way to add this, edit this gross margin. Show me again, please. Gross margin, the head of the title.
Gross margin.
Way to edit it, I missed.
This one. Click on it, it will be edited automatically. All right. So you can edit your change the font of your text also, size, colors, make it italic if you want to make it as italics. Okay, I'm not going with italic. I'll go bold. So guys, in the number formatting, you can set your own scaling factor here. So you want to see unformatted. So this is your overall value, 235,036,949.37. This is your overall value. There you go. Show the scaling in million. It will show in millions. In the data label, guys, as in the chat side subtitle itself, you have it as in million USD. Okay. In this case, don't show currency in unit because it is in million USD on the top. Don't show the scale also. So it will show 235.04. Okay. Now I'm not showing the scale. I'm not showing the currency in unit also. If you want to show the currency in unit, it's fine. Okay. So you see here, I just did all the styling for this widget. Number of decimal places. Default is 2. You can, if you want 3 decimals, go 3. So it will show 3 decimals now. I'll go 2. Right. And show the same as like if it is positive or negative value. Default, if it is positive, nothing will be shown. If it is negative, minus symbol is shown. If you pick this, it will show whether if it is positive plus symbol, negative minus symbol. That's like I go default only. Okay. So I just selected gross margin, that is 235.04 million USD. So I selected this widget, fine.
Satya, does it mean that default will always be positive value?
No. See default, if I go for default positive value, there is no symbol shown. If it is negative, you see a minus symbol.
Okay.
Okay. So here you see So this is gross margin in USD. Here I can go. So you have more options guys. You go to any widget, you see a lot of more options. In the show or hide, don't show the primary value label. I don't want to see it. I already see it as gross margin. Why I'm seeing the gross margin once again? Right now it won't show the label. So this is a gross margin that is 235.04 million USD. This looks much better, right? So again, I'll add. So let's go to the same lane. I'll insert another numeric pointer chart. I'll do the same for all. I'll add different measures now. Same. This time I go for discount. Go styling. Let's add all borders. I'm not giving any background colors. Generally, we don't give background colors at widget level.
So Satya, is it possible to copy from the existing widget to,
Yeah, you
paste it
can do
in?
copy paste also. I
Okay.
don't want to do it on
Because
first day, so I'm not doing it.
yeah, I understood. But because no need to select all these things, right? That's the reason. Okay. Thank you.
I go primary. See guys, you have some standard colors. You can choose your standard colors. Else, you can make your own colors here. Okay, this is how you can see. Generally, we don't give different colors also guys. It's not ideal to go for different colors for different widgets, especially in the KPI. Go bold. Okay, so here.
If I want to change the discount to something else, where can I do that, Satya? I mean, the description change.
Means?
Say margin discount. In the discount, I would like to say sales discount, something like that.
Write it up here.
Sales. All right.
Hmm? So your header is always editable. Okay, the chat title is always editable. You can write your own title always. Okay, so this is how I see. Again, here also I just go in the show or hide. Don't show primary value labels. So we created a couple of widgets. So your margin 235.04 million, discount 303 million. So insert another numeric pointer chart. So this time I go for numeric pointer. I'll add both primary and secondary values. So here I'll add original sales price. Guys, original sales price is actually gross sales. It's giving me wrong things. So in this case, I can go rename this measure. I'm renaming it as gross sales. So in this story, now it will be visible as gross sales only. I renamed original sales price as gross sales. In the secondary measure, I'll add something like quantity sold. So I added two measures now. So this time I'm going with two measures. Okay, so go styling and all borders, 2 pixel width. Okay, this is gross sales and quantity. in this case, guys, this is chat title. In million USD is chat subtitle. I really don't want to see in million chat subtitle. So this is a bit confusing in this case. Let's say show or hide. Don't show chat subtitle. Now it is not showing any subtitles. So I go to the styling of this widget, added all the borders here. So this time you see here, all primary, I'll keep it in green. Okay, that too bold. And all secondary, I'll keep it in blue. Right? So cross sales and this and quantity saved in million. Number formatting, this is all fine. Right, so we can also have primary and secondary measures added to this. So added 4 KPIs. So you see, I'm using the gross margin, the discount, overall discount on this model. Okay, the overall gross sales made and the overall quantity sold. So let me just save this story. So I'm saving this story now into your folder. So into your folder business intelligence, guys, you create your own folders. I just create this as like retail store sales. I'm not following any naming convention as such. Okay, here I go. KPIs. So I just give some names. So here I just left some space, right? You guys, you want to add some of your company logos or something, you can make use of the space. So what I do is, so let's say save the story once.
How to import the images here? Satya, say for example, if a company asks me to add my image here.
Coming to that. So let's say I insert an image. First, let me adjust the widget first. Before I design it, I'll first adjust this. Okay, so I inserted an image into this. So from the inserts, you see, I inserted an image. So here I go designer. Okay, you can add the images from your local machine. Okay, from the static local machines. So let me just add an image. So here you see, I already have some SAP logo. I'm inserting an SAP logo. It is there in my local machine. You can download this logo into your local machine and add it up. So I added an image here. Guys, even you can add your company's logo as a background watermark also, as a background image to your page. I'm going to cover that also. You can add some watermarks also to your page. Let's add all borders to this image. I'm going with 1 pixel width. So you can choose the image what contain cover. This is cover stretched. This look much better, right? Stretched is much better. I'll use this format. So I inserted an organization logo as an image, right? And also we can insert some clock eyes if you want to know the time and what happens. So current time, you can also insert some kind of a clock here. Okay, so I go to the designer mode of this clock. See, there is nothing in the builder tab, nothing to build in the clock, right? So only styling. Let's add all the borders. So it is showing SAP logo. You don't want to see SAP logo on the clock. Remove that logo. So timing format is 24-hour format. You want to give it as AM PM. You can also choose 12-hour format. I'm going for 24-hour format. This is your date format. You can choose your own date formats. So this is one. This is another. This is one. So I just choose this. So I also added clock. It shows your current date and time. Okay. So inserted few KPIs to the story. Inserted some background image clocks here. Let's see. Save this up.
Satya, can we apply styling to multiple widget, like control select to widget and apply same styling, something like that possible?
Sorry, come again.
So can we apply styling to multiple widget at the same time? For example, I want to apply styling for margin
Yeah,
and discount widget.
generally we have like page level styling and story level styling also. So which gives uniform styling to all the widgets. Okay. So generally what happens is when you build any story, right? First we do this only, like you see over here, edit story. First we set the story preferences so that we give all the styling to all the widgets at one go. But if I start with preferences, right, you are not even, you don't know anything on SS. If I start with preference, you'll be confused. That's the reason I'm not going with preference. From second story onwards, first I'll set all the preferences. I'll give uniform styling options to everything so that I no need to style it for every widget. We really don't style for every widget. We set the uniform preference and start building. Okay.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
So if I start setting the preference now, there is a lot of objects which you don't know. If I start setting preference for those objects, you will be confused. That's the reason I'm not going into the preference. For the first story, I'll build the story and then set the preference. From the second story, I'll set the preferences and start building it. Hmm? So now I'll do some real analysis now. Let's go on to the different lanes. Guys, it's not mandatory you need to have title for every lane. I can delete the titles. I remove the title for this lane. I'm going to this lane now. I'll add few more chats for my data analysis. Okay, so this part you see, right? This part I'll use for creating an input control. So I go to this lane, let's say insert a new chat. First adjust the widgets. Let me adjust this widget first. Yeah, this looks better. So adjust the widget. Let's go to the designer. So this time I go for a simple bar or a column chat. If it is horizontal orientation, it's a bar chart. If it is vertical, column. I'll go vertical. I'll pick my measure as gross margin. So it shows. So if I go horizontal ways, so here it's a bar, horizontal bar. So this is your overall gross margin. And I'll add my dimension to be product. Add both measure and dimension. So let me show the gross margin by product. So you see gross margin generated at product category level. I remove for actual. This is in million USD. So here you see, guys, this is the by default. This is the color given to gross margin. You can change your colors. Let me change the color palette here. I change this and I put my color as yeah. So I go with orange for my gross margin. So you see, okay. So generally here you see there is an option called color sync. So here you have an option sync colors is in place. So what does it mean? Sync colors, guys, it's a lot of time as certification question. So generally if sync colors is in place, so means now from now onwards in any widget you take gross margin, it will be by default in orange. And you change the color of a measure in one widget, it is by default changed in all other widgets. So suppose you have selected gross margin in 5 widgets. It tries to show same color in all the 5 widgets. So you went with orange in one widget, remaining all widgets you create, it will by default showing the same color orange. In one widget you change to blue, it will change your gross margin to blue in all other widgets also. So this is the beauty of color sync. So the agenda of the color sync is, guys, like after few iterations, the end user should identify the measure based on the color. Okay, if he sees orange, okay, yes, it's a gross margin. He should identify the measure by the color itself. Okay, and it gives same color for all the widgets. Okay, means for the same measure in all the widgets. So the color sync is in place. And you can choose your own patterns also. Use your own pattern.
It will consider only the measure or even the dimension it will consider, Satya?
See here, it's gross margin. The color is applied on gross margin. So dimension, there is nothing to color, right?
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Okay, so then here you see, I have some good amount of data for alcohol, carbonated drinks and juices, but for others I see very low value. I don't want to see the others here. In this case, I can go apply a static filter on this widget. See now, I can go add a filter. I'm adding a new filter condition. I'll add a filter on product. I'll add a new filter condition on product where I select alcohol, carbonated drinks and juices. I'm not selecting others. Or you can select others and say exclude. Both are same. And this is here you see allow viewers to modify selections, means end users in the view mode can modify them. It will become dynamic filter. If you remove this option, it becomes a static filter. End users cannot change this filter condition in the view mode. So as of now, I create it as a static. Okay, I'm creating this as a static filter, so no user can modify this filter condition. So okay. So I have gross margin by product. So I go to styling of this widget. Let's add all borders. I go thick borders 2 pixel width. Fonts, scaling, everything is fine, guys. I'm not worried about it. So I don't have a legend here. If you have a legend, you'll have it above the chart. Fine, no problem. I'm not worried about others. Okay. So I created a simple visualization, a simple column chart. So where I show the gross margin by product category. So guys, by default, you see there is a hierarchy in place on product. So it is at level 1. If I go to level 2, you'll see the data at product level. Scroll, you see all the products data. Switch back to level 1. So so you can go drill down or drill up on the hierarchies. Yeah. Save the story. Let's just give me a minute, please. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'll add one more visualization here. Let's say insert a new chat. I go to this widget. Let's see, build a tab. So I choose the type of my chat as bullet indicator chats. The type of visualization I go is bullet indicator. So guys, bullet indicator needs a threshold to indicate the values. So I'll create thresholds also. So let's add a measure here. Add same measure gross margin. And dimension I'll go. This time I'll go on location dimension. So it shows the gross margin by location. Okay. And then add a thresholds. So you have two ways to create a threshold, guys. Here you see, I don't have a threshold here. I don't have a threshold on gross margin. I have only one threshold that is on discount. This is also created at the data model level. If you see here, on the data model level, threshold is set for discount, not at the reporting rate, in the reporting method. So let's create a threshold for the discounts. So how do I create a threshold is very simple. So here in the tools, you see an option called conditional formatting. Here you see an option of conditional formatting. Okay. So as of now, you have one model defined threshold that is on discount. I don't have any thresholds created at the story level. In general, threshold should be created at this reporting layer only. We don't really generate at the model layer. So let's say add a threshold. So create it on gross margin. Create a threshold on gross margin. So threshold name, I just give it as TR, threshold underscore gross margin. Okay, I go with compare to number range. I'll add few ranges here. So I'm going with 3 range, guys. I'm just going with 3 range. I can give my own colors to the ranges. I just go red. Here I go yellow. It's green. This one I write low, medium, high. You give your own names, naming. And here I see if it is between 0 to something like 30 million. So guys, I know the values, I'm giving the numbers directly. I go at low range, 30 million, 30 to 80 million. Okay, 0 to 30 million is plus, 80 million is fine. Anything above 80 million, go for green. I'm not giving any max value. Okay, 0 to 30 is low, 30 to 80 is medium, anything above 80 million is to be green. Let's say apply this threshold. So I successfully created a threshold in the story. Set done. I come back to this widget, go to the designer mode. So gross margin and location. I add a threshold now. I add the threshold which is created on gross margin. I go styling. Let's add all borders to this widget. You don't add any background colors. Background color should be always light. Should not have a dark backgrounds. This looks fine. Okay, so you have the legend. So this is the legend, is high, medium, low is legend, that is above the chat. alignment is to the left, make it center. Now I align it to the center. So if you don't want to see the legends, so here I go, show height, don't show threshold legend. So this time it looks much better. Right, I created a new widget which shows your values. It's a bullet indicator chart. Here you see for California it's 173 million is in green. For Nevada the gross margin is 30 million in red. For Oregon it is 48 million in orange, yellow. Okay, medium range. So it's an indicator chart. So in the overall value, so where your value lies in the overall, okay, range. So this is how your bullet indicator charts. This is how the bullet indicator chart looks like. So I created a couple of widgets. So I stop here guys for today. In the next session, in session 5, I'll work majorly on triangle. I'll work on layered bars, input controls, date, input control which needs to be dynamic. Okay, and then I'll also create some kind of I'll work on color dimension, adding multiple models, link dimensions, line charts, and variants. Okay, also stacked column charts. All right, so I'll focus on these aspects. Okay, in the next session, guys. I'll also maintain the date hierarchy. So these are the topics I'm going to cover in the next session. I stop here. Thank you all. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.